After assessing the performance of the economy, the Monetary Policy Committee of the Bank of Ghana at its 110th press conference increased the policy rate by 100 basis points to 28%. The increase of the policy rate, which is of keen interest to businesses as it ultimately influences average lending rates on loans, is in line with the projection of some economists who spoke to Citi News ahead of the announcement. Since November 2021, the central bank has increased the policy rate by some 1,350 basis points. Addressing the media during a press briefing, Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, cited downside risk to inflation and exchange rate depreciation as a major reason.
The concerns being expressed in the public domain relating to high government expenditures have been addressed in the SLA and reflected in the 2023 budget. The SLA is also contingent on the domestic debt exchange program and external debt restructuring, which, when concluded and the necessary financial commitments obtained, would allow the presentation of the SLA to the IMF board. The MPC believes that these measures will help restore fiscal and debt sustainability and bring down inflation, as well as help stabilize the currency. In the interim, the MPC sees the need to remain vigilant and moderate liquidity in the system to underpin the macroeconomic adjustments taking place to drive inflation on a downward path. Under the circumstances, the committee decided to increase the policy rate by 100 basis points to 28%.
These risks have been driven by fiscal imbalances. Reacting to the increase, economist Dr. Patrick Isuming said the increase was expected.
There are a few other developments that are likely to put further pressure on the inflation. We can talk about the utility bills that are going to go up. And then you notice that fuel prices have gone up at the last window and it's likely to go up again. And the cedi depreciation, well, is still continuing. So when you put all of these together, you get a sense that additional price pressures are expected. The economy might see further shock, and if there are any other shocks, it's difficult to predict what will happen. But it's expected that, as it seems that we are nearing the end of the domestic debt exchange program, if we start doing the fiscal consolidation under the IMF program, that in the medium term going forward, that will definitely help in reining in the inflation. But we shouldn't expect that inflation will come down to normal levels.
Though the African Continental Free Trade Area was birthed about 3 years ago, it's obvious that more needs to be done for its impact to be felt across the continent. For Citi News, I am Nete Ajaho.